Hey, this is FlyLady Premium Mentor Emma here with day 14 of our 31 baby steps. How are you doing? I hope that everything is kind of starting to make sense and you're starting to feel comfortable with just a few things that you're doing to start your routines and everything. I'm not going to go through everything today that you're doing up until now because I feel like I'm just reading a giant list. So I'm just going to remind you to check in your control journal and to read those post-it notes for those things that you should be doing. And if you haven't got your post-it notes up or you haven't started a control journal, go back and find those days and just go over them and see what you need to do and add those things in, because it really is very valuable to have those reminders that right there for you. So today we're going to talk about using a calendar. I've put a link into something that FlyLady wrote about how to use your calendar and how valuable it is. I'm just going to tell you a bit about how I use mine. My husband's a really techie person, so he set up calendars for us all attached to our email addresses, and everybody can go in and look at each other's calendars. So that's how we work. Now, that's not for everybody, and it's not going to work for everybody. A wall calendar or a bullet journal or just a diary, a personal planner is fantastic. And this is the bit where it's all kind of similar. I put everything into my calendar. If somebody says to me, are you free on Thursday to go and do something, my calendar comes out, I look at it right there and then, and I write it in. My children laugh at me because I say I have one single truth. This calendar is one single truth. If it's not in there, it doesn't exist and it's not happening. And I made a really important point of getting into the habit of adding things straight away to that calendar, and my children can come in and have a look at it and see it. Now, if you don't have access to that kind of online calendar, or that just doesn't work for you for whatever reason, the way to work is to have a wall calendar, if you can, that's there that you can fill in everybody's schedule if they kind of take part in swim club or something like that, to just fill those in as soon as you get those schedules so that you know when they are and they're not a surprise. Then there's things like dental appointments, doctor's appointments, anything that kind of comes up if you're invited out to dinner with friends, or there's an event going on that you're going to go to. Add those into your calendar as they happen. Now, before I had a phone calendar that I use for everything, I used to have a physical planner that I would write things into, and I would pull that out and add it right there. And I was never very good at adding it to the main calendar, and that used to cause all kinds of issues. So I would advise you to learn from my mistake of not doing that, and always try and add things to that main calendar as well, so that everybody can see it. And then make sure that calendar is visible to everyone, so in the kitchen or kind of by the entryway or wherever everybody in your house kind of goes, so they can see things and you remember to look at it all the time. And then once your routines are established and you know when you're doing things and you've got desk time planned in, you can sit down every week and